I will make quick submissions, and at least this initiative, PM Gati Shakti, is going to benefit our projects, national highway projects, a lot, because we interact with a number of departments, and this is going to be a very good thing for all of us, for the road users also. Objective of Gati Shakti and key features like bringing all 16 infrastructure related ministries together on one platform is going to benefit all of us for the optimum utilization of resources and quick implementation of the projects. 5 key benefits envisaged through Gati Shakti National Master Plan: reduction, reducing cost of logistics, driving investments, driving employment and economy. 50,000 man days each of direct and indirect jobs are created per kilometer of highway construction. Unlocking potential of agriculture sector and growing tourism. These are the benefits which we are going to get from this Gati Shakti initiative. This is one of the example cross-sectoral plans for the regional. All the sectors are working together, and if a single platform is given, then their efficiency also enhances. Like in Jewar Airport, this is cross-sectoral. This is example of cross-sectoral planning and its implementation. Like integrated planning and planning in Dholera special investment. Different departments, specialist agencies, private, government are coming together and making roads, metros, inland, so many things basically. Key flexibility of NPG, actually for implementation for this this Gati Shakti initiative, and network planning group has been, our chief engineer planning MORTH has been made nominated as member from MORTH side, and for assisting the empowered group of secretaries, naturally this expert group is going to help a lot for making the PM Gati Shakti a success story. MORTH in the recent past has done very excellently. From this graph, we may say from 2013-14, we were constructing about 4,200 kilometers per year, and this has gone up to the level of 13,300 kilometers per year. So this success story also speaks a lot about our MORTH ministry, and this is going to be enhanced in the coming years with the help of this PM Gati Shakti. Actually, a flagship scheme of MORTH is Bharatmala Pariyojana. Basically, this Bharatmala Pariyojana is the outcome of a comprehensive study conducted by MORTH through experts. And one study was conducted, National Road Transport Strategy Study, that was conducted in 2017, and another study, a logistic efficiency program for logistic parks, that was got conducted in 2016. And out of this study, we got Bharatmala Phase 1 and Phase 2, and all the greenfield alliance expressways and these multimodal facilities, economy corridors, inter-corridors, all these are the outcome of these comprehensive studies taken up by the MORTH. And one more study NHA is going to make to supplement and to find out any gaps in the already study which was conducted by our ministry, and that outcome of that study is also going to, we are going to get in June 2022. That study is being now conducted by NHAI. LE study, that is the same study I was speaking in the last slide. Actually, after this study, the logistic costs, we are planning to reduce it from 14% of the GDP to 10% of the GDP. Now, all the key themes and benefits which are enumerated below. Here, the one thing I will like to mention, especially electronic toll collection. That is 100% all the toll plazas in on national highways are electronic ETC equipped, and that is going to enhance of the efficiency of all the fleet. And here I will like to mention that though MORTH controls 2% of the road network in the form of national highways, that is 1.4 lakh only, but these national highways are major corridors and they carry about 40% of the free traffic, the goods traffic. And so MORTH and its officers have a very big responsibility that we are going to fulfill with the help of this new initiative. Bharatmala Pariyojana Phase 1, this is summary of Bharatmala Pariyojana, economic corridor and left out portion of NHDP, National Highway Development Program, some expressways, intercorridors. This is the list. In Bharatmala Pariyojana Phase 1, about 34,800 kilometers is to be developed and with the cost of 10.3 lakh crore rupees. And in the eastern zone only, we are having about 7,900 kilometer length to be developed with the cost of 2.19 crore rupees. 2.19 lakh crore rupees. We have in the Bharatmala, we are having 22 greenfield corridors, and out of these 22 greenfield, 6 lie in the eastern zone. These are the name: Kanpur, Lucknow, Raipur, Visakhapatnam, Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam, Durg, Raipur, Arang, Hyderabad, Raipur, and Kharagpur, Siliguri. The total aggregate length of these 6 expressways is 1,400 with the cost of 43,000 crore rupees. Naturally, these expressways are greenfield. Pro-flight alignment concept has been taken, which will reduce our fuel consumption, time consumption, and less cost of the land, and less disturbance to the people, because normally we go in the areas green fields which are not uninhabited. And one of the most important thing that with this, the carbon dioxide emission will also be reduced, and which is going to add to our carbon footprint in future, and to make the road construction or the development of infrastructure as sustainable for the future generation also. This is the alignment. Bharatmala Pariyojana 1, actually this is a breakup. EPC is basically public funded lump sum project, sort of mode. HAM and BOT toll, these are basically BOT, public-private partnership type of projects, basically. Bharatmala, we have total number of projects 561 out of with length of 19,000 kilometers. This we have already. These are the projects which have already been awarded, and 30 projects are to be awarded which have already been approved. And the total project numbers is 591, and these all will in the 6 to 7 months. These all will be awarded, and the works will be started on ground. Basically, in the corridors, basically. Same, 591 and 20,000 kilometers. These are projects are going to become reality in the future 6 months. In addition to this, this is the example that though we have constructed national highways, expressways, connectivity to enhance the connectivity to already multimodal logistic hubs and economic zones. These are the additional proposals which are in pipeline or in implementation stage and or at different DPR or feasibility stage. One of the major thing is that the congestion points. We find that when the traffic coming from one side to the other, they have to the traffic, the goods traffic has to cross a city, for example, Varanasi. Then they have to then these goods truckers they have to stand for long hours on both sides of the city. And people are posted at Varanasi. After construction of the part of the ring road, all the Varanasi traffic has been decongested. So this we have identified in MORTH total 191 congestion points, and at DPR stage we are having 60. Out of these 91, 44 congestion points have already been eliminated by construction of bypass, flyovers or ring roads, VUP, whatever mode was required on site as per site conditions. And progress we are having 87. So after these, the completion of these, all these concession rectification measures on these concession points, naturally the traffic the travel time of the goods traffic will also further reduce. In addition to road users will also benefit from this. Multimodal logistic park have been conceptualized to facilitate hub and spoke free movement in the country. The picture in itself depicts how it acts. 15 multimodal logistic parks planned for development at priority by MORTH, which have been approved by the CCA. And we will not only develop these logistic parks, but with external road and railway rail connectivity to MORTH to limited length basically. The CCA has approved 15 logistic parks for the cost of 5,688 rupees. One thing is that addition and contribution of state governments is very essential, because if the state governments contribute to the land acquisition cost, then the implementation of these infrastructure facilities become very easy. So minimum 25% we expect. MORTH expects that minimum 25% of the land acquisition cost should be borne by the state governments for the implementation of these infrastructure projects, parks basically. Imperatives for success of PM Gati Shakti. Actually, my only suggestion to all the experts, senior officers sitting over here, is that we have to optimally utilize this platform in future. For example, if I speak about the national highways, in fixing the alignments, in getting the forest clearances, in getting the land acquisition and other railway NOCs from railways for the ROBs and RUBs. So this has to be very optimally and very judiciously, so that my only request is that it should not result in adding an additional layer for the approval, which will further delay the projects if it is interpreted in that way. Role of state governments is very essential, which I summarized basically. Without state governments' help, no national highway project or no national infrastructure project can be implemented. This is a fact also. In NH in Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, this is summary of national highways basically. If we aggregate all these national highways, these come out to about 24,000 kilometers. And if next summary is that lane distribution, and if we think that only 28 to 30% is the national highways in these 4 states are 4-lane category and 4 divided carriageway. So there is ample scope of upgrading the national highways in this area, which MORTH is fully committed to do. Summary of upcoming national infrastructure projects basically, this is the small summary basically. Many Bharatmala projects are, some of the projects are missing in this summary basically. Thank you very much, please.